Hello everyone, good morning to all. In today's class, we'll discuss the previous year paper set 2 for the PA 305. So we will discuss 40 questions one by one with the concept also. So let's start with the first question. The first question is based on the divisibility rule. Okay, so let's see what is the question. This is the number which is given 4508. So let's write the number 45082K. All of you know what is the divisibility rule of 3. Sum of all the digits should be divisible by 3. So 4 plus 5, this makes 9. So this will be divisible by 3. Okay. 8 plus 2, this will be 10. 10 plus K. Now what should be, here the question is, what should be the smallest value of K? So what is the minimum value of K possible here so that it is divisible by 3? So minimum value possible, that is K is equal to 2. Right? Because 10 plus 2, it will be 12 and 12 is divisible by 3. And what is the maximum value possible here? 10 plus 8. Maximum value of K that is possible, that is 8, because 10 plus 8, it is 18 and 18 is divisible by 3. Okay. Now the question is sum of square of the greatest value and the smallest value. Greatest value is 8 and the smallest value is 2. So what is the square? 8 square plus 2 square. Answer will be 68. 8 square 64, 2 square 4. Right? So this is clear to all. Next question. Next question is based on percentage. Okay. Now see, all of you know 12.5%. That is, the fraction is 1 by 8. So 37.5%, this is 3 times of this, okay, means its fraction will be 3 by 8, okay. 6.25%, this is the half of 12.5. What is the half of 12.5? That is 6.25. It means, what is the fraction of 6.25%? That is the half of 1 by 8, that is 1 by 60, okay. So let's put the value here, it will be 3 by 8, of means multiply. 6.25%, this is 1 by 16 of 1600. Okay, let's cancel the things. So it is 300 here and it is 100 here. 300 minus 100, answer will be 200. Okay, so this question was based on percentage. The next question is, what is the highest power of 15 in 200 factorial? See, highest power of 15 in 200 factorial. First you have to break 15 into the prime numbers. Okay, so how can you break? You can break like 5 into 3. Okay, it means you have to check what is the highest power of 5 and what is the highest power of 3, right? So here you have to count the minimum, right? Which number will come minimum in 200 factorial? 5 will come minimum times. Okay, so we just count the number of 5. Okay, so how you can count the number of 5? Just divide the number with 5 and check the quotient. 200 by 5, what is the quotient? 40. You have to divide until the quotient is less than 5. Again divide with 5, what is the quotient? 8. Again divide 8 with 5, what is the quotient? 1. So what is all the 5s? All the number of 5, 40 plus 8 plus 1. So it is 49. So what is the highest power of 15 in 200 factorial? That is 49. Why we choose 5? Because the number of 5s will be minimum in 200 factorial, number of 3 will be more. We always count the minimum one. Okay, because the minimum will make the pair, right? Next question. Ben exercise every 4 days and Isabel exercise every 6 days. Okay, Ben and Isabel both exercise today, right? So how many days will be until they exercise together again? See, whenever it is the question of together, we take LCM, least common multiple. So what is the LCM of 4 and 6? How we calculate LCM? Okay, just take the prime factors. Here it is 2, 2 here, 3 here. Now nothing divisible, so just multiply all the things. 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 3, 12. So after 12 days, they will meet again and they will exercise again together. Next question. Next question is based on the normal LCM HCF, okay, number system. What is the least number? See, these type of question you can do with the option method, right? Least number that should be added to 478 so that the number obtained becomes divisible by 5, 6 and 12. See, divisible by 5, 6 and 12, what is the meaning of this thing? Divisible by the LCM of 5, 6 and 12. Okay, can you find the LCM of 5, 6, 12? Yes, it is 60. Okay, how can you find the LCM? Just we did just now. Okay, just take the 2 common. Here it is 5 as it is, 3 here, 4 here. Okay, now nothing is common, just multiply. Okay, because nothing is common here now. Okay, sorry, here 6. Okay, here 6 will be there. Now you can take 3 common. So here it is 5, 1 and 2. Okay, now nothing is common, just multiply all the things. 2 into 3, 6. 6 into 5, 30. 30 into 2, 60. Okay, so LCM is 60 means what you should add in 478 so that it is divisible by 60. So as you know, we can add 2, that is the least number. Okay, because we have to count the least number. Okay, next question. Find the least number which when divided by 9, 24 and 40 will leave the remainder 5 in each case. Okay, so what is the least number? Okay, always you can start with the least number. 185, is it giving the remainder 5 when divisible by all these 9, 24 and 40? No, because it is giving the remainder 5 when divided with 9. But in other cases, okay, in other cases it is not giving the remainder 5. Like if you divide 24 with 185, okay, so it is not giving the remainder 5. Okay, so what will be the least number? 360 is not possible because it is properly divisible by 9. Okay, so it will be 365. Okay, because up to 360 it is divisible by 9, it is divisible by 24, it is divisible by 40. Okay, so the remainder will be 5 in each case. So option C will be the right answer. Okay, next question is based on average. Okay, you know average is equal to sum of all the observation divided by total number of observation. Okay, this is the formula we use. If you want to find the sum, okay, sum of all the observation, then what we have to do, you have to multiply average and total number of terms, okay, for finding the sum. Clear? Let's understand the statement of this question. Average of 5 numbers, it is 65.8. Okay, average of first two, it is 60. Average of fourth and fifth, means the last two, it is 58.5. Okay, we have to find the third number, third integer. Got it? See, from the average of 5 numbers, can we find the sum of 5 numbers? What will be the sum? Average multiply number of terms. So average means 65.8 into 5. That will be the sum of first 5 numbers. Okay. Can we find the sum of first 2 numbers? Yes, average is 60. So their sum will be 60 multiplied 2. That is 120. That is the sum of first 2 numbers. Can we find the sum of last 2 numbers? Right. Sum of last 2 numbers, 4 and 5, will be 58.5 into 2. Got it? So 58. What is the double of 58? 116. So it is 117. Okay, see, this is the sum of all 5 numbers. This is the sum of first 2. This is the sum of last 2. Can you find the third number? Right? Can you find the third number? Yes. So what you will do, you will add these 2 and you will subtract from this. Okay, that will be the sum. Tell me in the comment section what is your answer. Next question, number of trailing zeros in 50 factorial. Okay, all of you know that how we find the trailing zeros. We divide with 5. We count the number of 5. Okay, because 5 into 2 makes 10. 10 means 1 0. So minimum will be 5. So that's why we count number of 5. So 50 by 5, quotient is 10. Again divide 10 with 5. What is the quotient? 2. So what is the trailing zeros? 10 plus 2, 12. Next question is based on the divisibility rule. We have a 7-digit number. Let me write the number here. X46, Y08. This is divisible by 24. What is the minimum value of X plus Y? 24, you have to break into the prime number in such a way that their HCF is 1. Okay, so can you break like this? 8 into 3, because nothing is common in 8 and 3. Okay, so if this number is divisible by 24, means this is divisible by 8 also, 3 also. Okay, what is the divisibility rule of 8? Last 3 digits should be divisible by 8. Okay, now what minimum Y I can put so that this is divisible by 8? Can I take Y0? Yes. Why? Because 0, 0, 8. This will be divisible by 8. Okay. Now let's take the value of X. Okay. So let's put 0 here. Now for X, I can apply the divisibility rule of 3. That sum of digits should be divisible by 3. What is the sum of digits? 6 plus 4, 10. 10 plus 8, 18. So what I should add in 18? Okay. Minimum value. You can't take 0 because this is the first digit. So what minimum value I can add so that it is divisible by 3? I can add 3. Okay. So what is the minimum value of X? It is 3. What is the minimum value of Y? It is 0. So what is the minimum value of X plus Y? It's coming 3. Okay, all of you please check it. Right, you can check it again. Okay, answer will be 3. Next question. The numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, 98 and 100 are multiplied together. Find the number of zeros. Okay, so in the number of zeros we have to count the number of 5s. Okay, so when the 5 will come in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and 100. Okay, then the number of zeros at the product. Okay, so we have to count how many 5s are coming here. Okay, why we write these numbers? Because 5 will come in these numbers, 5 will not come in 2, 5 will not come in 4, right? So we write only those numbers, those even numbers where 5 will come. Okay, so can here 1 time 5 will come. Okay, because this 10 is 5 into 2, you can see the 5 1 time. Here also 1 time 5 will come. Okay, so we have 10 numbers, 1 time 5 will come, so total 5 is 10. Okay, but in 52 times 5 will come, because it is 5 into 5 into 2. So 2 times 5 will come, and in 100 also 2 times 5 will come. Okay, so the answer will be 12. Option B. The number of 5s will be 12. Okay, next question is based on this. X be the least means smallest 2-digit number which leaves remainder 1 when divided by 6 and 7. Okay, so least 2-digit number which leaves remainder 1 when divided by 6 and 7 would be 6 into 7, that is 42. What is the remainder? 1. Okay, so you add 1. So the least 2-digit number will be 43. Okay, why? Because when you divide 43 with 6, the remainder will be 1. Okay, when you divide 43 with 7, the remainder will be 1. Okay, so that is the least number. Okay, means the value of X will be 43. Okay, now let's calculate the value of Y. Y is the least 2-digit number which leaves remainder 3 and 7 when divided by 7 and 11. See, divided by 7 and 11 means the number Y will be 7 into 11, that is 77. Okay, now here what is the remainder with 7? 3. What is the remainder with 11? 7. Here what is the difference of this 7 and 3? 4. What is the difference with 11 and 7? 4. Just subtract that difference. So answer will be 73. Okay, you can check also. 73 is such number which gives remainder 3 when divided by 7. Okay, because up to 70 it is divisible, and when it is divided by 11 it gives the remainder 7. Okay, so X is 43, Y is 73. Can you find Y plus X, Y minus X? Yes, just put the values of X and Y here in this expression and tell me which answer is coming. Next question. Total number of factors of 2400. How we find the factors? First we write into the prime factorization. Okay, so can you write it like 24 into 100? 24 into 100, right? Or if it is tough, how can you do it? You can do like this. Okay, first it will go on 2, then it's 1200, then it's go on 2, okay, then it's 600, then again it's go on 2, then it's 300, okay, then it's go on 2 again, it's 150, then you can do it on 5, okay, then it's 30, again on 5 it is 6, again on 3 it is 2. Then just count how many times 2 is coming. 2 is coming 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you write here 2 ki power 5. 2 power 5. How many times 5 is coming? 2 times. Okay. So you write 5 to power 2. How many times 3 coming? 1 time. Okay. So how we find the number of factors? We add 1 in each power. Okay. 5 plus 1, 6. 2 plus 1, 3. 1 plus 1, 2. And after that we multiply. Okay. So 6 into 3 into 2. That will be 36. Number of factors will be 36. Next question. What is the HCF of this? This is the fraction which is given 4 by 5, 6 by 8 and 8 by 25. We have to find the HCF. Okay. How we find the HCF of fraction? We take the HCF of numerator, okay, and LCM of denominator, right? But first we have to check, is it these numbers are in their simplest form, like you can cancel 6 and 8. Okay, this will be 3 by 4. Now all the numbers in the simplest form you can't cancel. Okay, so what you will do, HCF of numerator, Okay, what is the HCF of 4, 3 and 8? What is the highest number which divide 4, 3 and 8? That is 1. Okay, and LCM of denominators. What is the LCM of 5, 4 and 25? What is the LCM of 5, 4 and 25? Okay, you can check it. First it was, okay, here it is 5, here it is 4 and here it is 25. Yes. So first you can cancel on 5. This is 1 here, 4 here and 5 here. Okay. So what is the HCF? 5 into 4, 20. 20 into 5. 20 into 5 is 100. So HCF of this will be 1 by 100. Okay. Check it again. How we find the HCF of fraction? HCF of numerator and LCM of denominator. How we find the LCM of fraction? LCM of numerator, HCF of denominator. Okay, this is the way. Next question. 3 numbers given in this ratio, their LCM is this. Find the HCF. Can you break it? Can you write the number like this? First number is 3x, second number is 4x and the third number is 5x. Okay. Now what is the LCM of 3, 4 and 5? Okay, these 3 numbers, there is nothing common, just multiply all. 3, 5, 4, 12, 12 into 5, 60. So what is the LCM of these 3 numbers? 60x. And the value of 60x is given to us, that is 4200. Can you find the value of x? Yes. What will be the value of x here? That will be 70. Okay. Now what is the HCF? HCF is this number, x. Okay, this is the HCF, right? So answer will be 70. Very simple. Okay, is it clear? Next question is, a student multiply a number by 3 by 5 instead of 5 by 3. What is percentage error? How we find error in percentage? In the numerator we write error, in the denominator we write original value and we multiply with 100. Okay, so instead of 5 by 3 means this is the correct value. 5 by 3 is the correct value. What is the incorrect value? 3 by 5. 3 by 5 is the incorrect value. Okay. What is the short way? Okay. Here you have to write the correct value. Here you have to write the incorrect value. Okay. What is the short way? Just cross multiply. Okay. 5 into 5. 25. Assume it. Take it as a correct value. Okay. 3 into 3. 9. Take it as an incorrect value. Okay. So what is the error here? Difference. What is the difference of 25 and 9? That is 16. Okay. And what is the original value? 25 into 100. So here you can check the error is 64%. Got it? So in some of the question there is discrepancy. If in your exam also there is a discrepancy, you can put the discrepancy. Okay. Next question is this. This question is related to percentage. A's salary is 40% of B's salary, which is 25% of C salary. Okay. So यहाँ पे C की salary you can take 100. Okay, you can start with C salary. Okay, C salary you can take 100. Okay, B's salary which is 25% of C. Okay, so B's salary is 25% of C. What is the 25% of 100? Because we take C salary as 100. What is the 25% of 100? That is 25. So take B's salary as 25. What will be A's salary? A's salary is 40% of B. What is the 40% of this? Can you find the 40% of 25? Yes, like this, 40% of 25, 0, 0 cancel. You can cancel this, the table of 5, it is 10. Okay, the salary of A is 10. The question is, what percentage of C's salary is A's salary? Okay, the question is, A's salary is what percent of C salary? Okay, means 10 is what percent of 100? 10 is what percent of 100? You do like this. Okay. 10 is what percent of 100? Okay. So the answer is 10%. Okay. Because 10 is 10% of 100. Got it? Next question is based on percentage again. Sujit scored 2240 marks in the examination. That is 128 marks more than the minimum passing percentage of 64%. Okay. So what is the passing percentage? 64%. 64% of what? Total marks. Okay. And here this is the Sujit marks which is 128 more than the passing percentage. So it means the passing marks will be 2240 minus 128. It will be, if you subtract, it is 2. 3 minus 2, 1. Okay, here 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, right? What is the percentage of marks obtained by Manish if he scored 907 less than Sujit? Okay, so here can you find the total marks? Yes, you can cancel this on the table of 4. It is 1, then 6, it is 25. Okay, you can cancel this also. So first it will go with the, if you cancel with 4, first it will go on 5. Okay, then it will be going 2, then 8. Again you can cancel with 4, then it is 1, 3, 2. So what is the total marks? It is 132 into 25. This is the total marks. What is the marks of this Manish, sorry, 907 less than Sujit. Okay, so Sujit's score is 1240. What is 907 less? It is, if you subtract, it is 3. It is 3, 12 minus 9. 12 minus 9, it is also 3. So 1333. Okay. So Manish's score is 1333. Total score is 132 into 25 into 100, because the question is this Manish marks is what percentage? Okay. So how we calculate the percentage? Marks obtained, total marks into 100. Okay. So you can cancel this. So this is 3, 3. Okay. So after the cancellation, you can tell me what is the answer according to the options. The next question is this. This is same as we have done. Okay. Okay, now let's do question number 19. The percentage profit earned by selling an article for rupees 1920 is equal to the percentage loss incurred by selling the same article for rupees 1280. This is the selling price, this is the selling price. What is the question? Profit percentage is equal to loss percentage. And we have the two different selling price. Okay. See, when profit percentage is equal to loss percentage, how we find profit percentage? Profit upon CP into 100. How we find loss percentage? Loss upon CP into 100. Can you cancel? Yes, 100, 100 cancel, CP, CP cancel. It means when profit percentage is equal to loss percentage, profit is also equal to loss. Okay, how we find profit? SP minus CP. How we find loss? CP minus SP. Okay, this is suppose SP1, this is suppose SP2. Okay, so what will be the CP? CP is sum of the SPs divided by 2. Okay, this is the CP. So can we find the CP here? CP will be 1920. This is the first SP. 1280. What is the sum of these two? 1920 plus 1280 divided by. Okay. So what is the sum here? 1900. If you add these two, okay, what you will get? 9 plus 2, 11. So here 2 here. Okay, and here 3 here, 3200. 3200 by 2, it will be 1600. So CP is 1600. So what should be the selling price so that 30% profit? Okay, what is the 30% of 1600? 10% will be 160, 30% will be 480. So selling price will be 480 more. So selling price will be 2080. So I hope this question is clear. Okay, now let's go to the next one. This is the question related to compound interest. Okay, how much will rupees 20,000 amount to in 2 years at the rate of 15% per annum if the interest is compounded semi-annually? Semi-annual means half yearly. Now what happen in half yearly? The rate of interest become half. Okay, and the time will become double. Time will become 2t. Right? So what is the principal here? 20,000, and in 2 years at the rate of 15%. This is the 15% per annum. So what will be the rate of interest for semi-annually? It is half of this, 7.5%. This will be the rate of interest. Okay. Time here it is 2 years. How many half year in 2 years? We have 4 half years. So time will be 4. Okay, so you can apply the formula of compound interest. This is the formula we have. Okay, everything is given. Principal is 20,000, rate of interest it is 7.5. What is the value of n? 4. Okay, you can put all the values and just check what is the answer. Okay, let me write here 20,000, 1 plus 7.500, power is 4. Okay, so this happen in semi-annually, the rate becomes half, time becomes double. In quarterly, rate divided by 4 and time become 4 times. Next question, what percentage of 7.2 kg is 18 gram? 18 gram is what percent of this? See, when we compare percentage, unit should be same. It is in gram, it is in kg. Can you make it same? Yes. So the question is 18 gram is what percentage of 7.2 kg? Can we convert this in gram? We know that in 1 kg we have 1000 gram. So in 7.2, how many grams will be there? You will multiply with 1000. Okay, so this will be 7200. Okay, 7.2 into 1000, right? Into 100. This is what percent of this? 18 is what percent of this? Okay, so you can cancel 0000, right? So here the answer will be what? What percentage of 7 is 18 grams, right? So when you cancel, this will be properly divisible. Okay, I think it is 1 by 4. Okay, 1 by 4. So it is 0.25. Okay, it is 0.25%, right? 18 is 0.25% of 7200. The next question is based on simple interest. Murali deposit a certain sum of money at SI which amounts to 720 after 2 years. So this is the amount of 2 years. And rupees 1020 after 5 years. So amount of 2 year is 720. Amount of 5 year, it is 1020. Okay. How we write the amount? It is principal plus simple interest of 2 years. How we write the amount of 5 year? Principal plus simple interest of 5 years. Okay. See, when you subtract these two, what you will get? You will get P and P will cancel, simple interest of 5 years, simple interest of 2 years. So when you subtract, you are left with simple interest of 3 years. And here what is the subtraction? 300. So simple interest of 3 years, it is 300. Okay. Simple interest is same for all years. For 3 year it is 300, means for 1 year it is 100. Okay. For 1 year it is 100. So the question is find the sum. We have to find the principal, initial amount. Okay. So here amount is 720. Right? If you subtract, okay, if you subtract simple interest of 2 year from this 720, you will get the principal. Okay. So 720 minus 200. Okay. 720 minus 200. The answer will be 520. Okay. The sum will be 520. So this will be the principal. Clear? So amount of 2 years was given, amount of 5 years was given. 720, this is 10. When you subtract, you get the simple interest of 3 years. So simple interest for 1 year will be 100, simple interest for 2 years will be 200. Okay, next question is based on the profit and loss. John made a profit of 25% on selling a book for rupees 250. Selling price is 250. Okay, what is the profit percentage? That is 25%. You have to find the CP, right? See, how can we find the CP? Okay, first of all, if 25% profit, it means selling price percentage will be 125%, 100% plus 25%. So CP will be reverse of this. Okay, 100, how you take the CP? 100 by 125 into SP. Okay, like this. If there will be profit of 30%, you will take here 130%, but for finding CP, you will take reverse of this. Okay. So the answer will be, the CP will be 200. Okay, let's discuss this question. This is again the percentage question. Two numbers are less than the third number by 30% and 37% respectively. How much percent is the second number less than the first? So दो numbers हैं, that is less than the third number by 30% and 37%. Okay, so let's take the third number 100. Okay, 100. So first number is how much less? 30%, means first number will be 70 because it is 30% less. 30% means 30 less. Second number is 37% less, means 37 less. So 100 minus 37, it will be 63. Okay, this is the first number, second number, third number. The question is how much percent is the second number less than first? Second number is how much less than first? 63 is how much less than 70? How we do it? 63 is 7 less. So in the numerator you write this, it is 7 less than 70. Okay, so 70 is the denominator because we are comparing it with 70. Okay, 63 is how much percent less than 70? So it is 10%. Next question, x percentage of y, it is A, y percentage of x, it is B. See, these both are equal, x percentage of y or y percentage of x, both are equal. Okay, because how we write it, x percentage of y, okay, how we write this, y percentage of x, okay. So either you take this side, okay, that doesn't matter. Next question is related to simple compound interest. Right? If rate of interest is 4% for first year, 5% for second year and 6% for third year, then the compound interest on 10,000 for 3 years will be what? Okay, see, principal is 10,000. What is the rate of interest for the first year? It is 4%. 4% of this. What is the 4% of this? Okay, what is the 10% of this? 1,000. 4% of this is 400. Okay, this is the compound interest for first year. For second year, it is 5%. Okay. See, in the second year, compound interest, you will take interest of this also, you will take interest on this also. What is 5% of this? 5% of this is 500. And you will take the interest on the previous interest also. Okay. What is the 5% of this? It's 10% is 40, so 5% will be 20. Okay. This is for second year. For third year, it is 6%. So what you will do? You will take 6% of this, 6% of this and 6% of this. Okay, what is the 6% of this? That is 600. What is the 6% of this? Its 1% is 4. So 6% will be 24. Okay, what is the 6% of this? Its 1% is 5. So 6% will be 30. Okay, and what is the 6% of this? It's you can find the 6% of this like this also. Okay, it is 6 by 5. 6 by 5 means 1.2. Okay, so what is the compound interest? You can, add all. Okay, add all these amounts, that will be the compound interest. Okay, next question. Next question is again on the simple interest. A person borrows rupees 5,000 for 2 years at 4% per annum, simple interest. He immediately lends it to another person at 14% for 2 years. What is the gain? Okay, see, he borrow at 4% and he's lent at 14%. How much percent higher? 10% per annum higher. Okay, but for 2 years it will be 20%. 10% for 1 year, 20% higher rate. Okay, so what is the 20% of this amount? Okay, what is the 20% of this amount? That is 1,000. Okay, that is 1,000. It means he will get 1,000 rupees gain, right? Because the 20% of this will be 1,000, right? Okay, but it is for the 1 year. For 1 year, okay, for 1 year, this is for 2 years. Okay, for 1 year it is 500. Okay, let me explain again. It is 4% per annum. It is 14% per annum. 10% more benefit. 10% of what? Principal. 10% of this is 500. This is now easy portion, reasoning. Okay, you can write ABCD to check the pattern here. Okay, here you can apply. See, A to D. What is the shifting? Plus 3. Okay, D to H. If you apply D to H, right? D it is 4, H it is 8. So it is plus 4. Okay, H to M plus 5, M to S plus 6. Okay, M is 13, S is 18, S is 19, sorry, so plus 6, right? So it means after S it will be plus 7. So what is S plus 7? S rank is 19, 19 plus 7, 26. Okay, so on 26 we have Z, but we have 3 options with Z. Okay, but then we have to check the last digit. Last digit is different. Okay, so let's see what is the pattern in the last digit. Here D here, K here, S here, B here, L here. Okay, so can you identify the pattern, that what is the pattern in the last digit? Here D here, K here. Okay, so we have this D, K, S, B, L. Okay, so when you will write ABCD, it will be easy for you. Okay, so D rank is 4, K rank is 11. What is the shifting? Plus 7. Okay, then S rank is 19. Okay, the shifting is plus 8, right? After that, I think the shifting is plus 9. Okay. Then the shifting is plus 10. It means then the shifting will be plus 11. Okay. So L rank is 12. 12 plus 11, 23. On 23, we have W. So option will be B. Okay. Next question. Which number would replace this? So this is the series we have. Okay. When you look at this series, this is the alternative series. Okay. 70, 90, 20, 20 increasing. So we have to find which will come in this question mark. So 50, 70 here, 20 increase. So what should be in this question mark? It should be 30. Okay. Because if you put 30 here, 10, 30, 50, 70. Okay. 20, 20 increment. If water is called air, air is called green, green is called brown, right? See, in this type of question, what is the color of human blood? It is red. And what is red called in this statement? Okay, it is called rain. So answer will be rain. So what that particular question is called in this language, that would be the answer. Okay. Next question is monkey is this. How the tiger you will write. Okay. So this is also the shifting question. See y to x. You can see this is -1 shifting. Okay. E to D -1. Okay. N to J -1. So same you will do with this R. Okay. R -1. If you R is 18, R -1 if you do. Okay. So it will be Q. So only one option start with Q. So answer is this. Right. So like this you have to, check. Okay. I'm not writing ABCD here, but you can write ABCD and then you can check the pattern. Right. So next the question is this. See, the numbers are 4, 9, 16. These are the squares. 2 square, 3 square, 4 square. It means the number will be 5 square. Option will be first or both are same options. Okay. Both are same options. So this is the option. You can check the pattern in the number in the alphabet also. C, F and I. So the rank of C is 3, rank of F is 6, rank of I is 9. It means the rank will be 12 the next, and it is L whose rank is 12, right? In the language, this is called this, how this. So you have to find the pattern. What is the pattern here? So as you can see, this is the reverse of these last three, ELD. This is the reverse of this first three. Okay. So same you will do with this. What is the reverse of this? CIT. What is the missing number? Okay. So I think options are wrong in this case. I want you to practice this question and tell me the answer in the comment section. This is out of syllabus question. This is the Chinese coding question. We have to find how are red vegetables, okay, in a certain code. How is vegetables are red for written in that. Okay. So vegetables. Here you can see LBPQ means roses are blue. Sikhi means red flowers. Okay. And this is given flowers are vegetables. So we have to find the code for everyone. Okay. So can we find the code for R? First R. Okay. So just see the statement where R is coming. R is coming in this statement. Okay. R is coming in this statement. Okay. So see, its code will be common in this and its code will be common in this. What is common in these two? Okay. What is common in these two? I think this would be P. Okay. The P is common. It means what is the code for R? It is P. Right. Now we have to find the code for red. Right. So red is coming only here. Right, red is coming only here, means its code will be here in these two. So he is coming here also, it means the code will be sick. So what is the code for it is sick. Now we have to find for flowers, right? Flowers is coming here only and flowers is coming here also, right? So it's not this is the question. So flowers is coming here also, right? So this code will be common in these two. What is common in these two? He. So the code for flowers will be he. Okay. Now we have to find the code for vegetables. So we know the code for flowers, we know the code for R. So vegetables code will be what? It will be nut. Okay. So which option? Having all these P, he, sick, nut, right? Option C. Next question. We have to find what is the missing number. So let's see the pattern. 3, 5, 5, 19, 7, 41, 9, question mark. See, this is also the alternative series, okay? So 3, 5, then 7, then 9. It is plus 2, okay? In the one alternative series, it is plus 2. And here it is 5 to 19. What is the gap? 14. 19 to 41. Okay. 19 to 41, what is the gap? 22. Okay. What is the difference of these two? 8. It means the next term will be 22 plus 8 means 30. So 41 plus 30, it should be 71. So none of these, 71 would be the option. The next question, this is also out of syllabus. Okay. So all of you try this question and tell me the answer in the comment section. So this is the previous year's paper set 2. I hope all questions are clear to you. If there is any doubt, please tell me. Thank you.